Hey everybody, 3D Icicle Freeze here. In the last episode, we kind of just did some more mercenary work and whatnot. In this episode, we finally got our first assignment, to invade, and we are invading at the location of Huangzhong, which is actually one of my favorite stages. And just to give you some knowledge, just to spit you some knowledge, we are invading Zhonglu. Alright, cool. That seems easy enough. And then hopefully Zhonglu, I didn't actually get a chance to look, but hopefully Zhonglu has some, you know, like something like the store or the, you know, the barracks or whatnot. Something good. This song is actually good. It's Hanzhong, Dynasty Warrior 6, and then it's Rock and Roll Over. I really like this one. I think this one's pretty good. I'll let you guys listen to it for the first, like, you know what? I'm gonna wait for the guys to stop talking. And you know what? No, I'll just play it from the beginning, so I'll be quiet here just for a second.
Men, move out! Cut through the enemy lines! You call that an army? We'll show them what a real army looks like!
Alright, and now that I let you guys listen to it for a little bit. Now, it said very quickly, you know what, I wonder if there's a way to see the battle log. Yes, battle log. If you go to battle log, it says what was said, you know, in the battle. Now it says Wang Ping has disappeared and is preparing for a surprise attack. Every time it says that, that means they're going. Right now, they're on the map. They're moving right now. Not right now, but you know they're about to move once I unpause this. His name is Wang Ping. As you can see, he's not. You know, you can't find him. However, when people look for surprise attacks, they always look for. They always target supply bases. So, if you go down to here, this is our main camp, this is our supply base, and they only go for supply bases. So because we have one, this guy's gonna rush to the top of the mountain. So we should hang around the entrance to the top of the mountain, so that when he comes, we can find him and we can kill him. However, because the closest way is right here, here he is. And then you'll say that when you find him, so now you prevent the surprise attack, and then if you defeat him, you get a lot of XP. I like how you guys can hear me when I'm clicking, like as I'm really, because I'm very rapidly clicking the X button. But there you go. As you can see, I actually leveled up for defeating him before I even got the XP. And then, you know, then usually someone will say like, all right, you know. Now that we've defeated them, let's move on. So, if you can defeat their opening, like, general, who usually does an attack like that, then you're pretty much set for the rest of the battle. So, now that we defeated him, this battle's not going to be a piece of cake, I would say, but it's definitely going to be a lot easier now that he's done that. Most likely, we're going to get to see all the different, battle strategies that people could deploy. Because there's three, and of course we just saw the first one. And, I shouldn't really say the first one, because it could have been a different one. But, yeah, so we're lucky enough that, we obviously, you know, very easily defeated him, which is pretty cool, so, you know, now we're just going to continue on. Now, to explain a little bit about what you should do for battles, it's actually not that hard. What I would recommend doing is defeating generals for the XP. So anytime you see a general who's not that far out of the way, I'd recommend you go and defeat them. After you defeat them, I would recommend going to a base and then taking it over. Guard bases are very easy to take over. I'm going to be going over the bases probably now. There's the main camp, which is if you take over the main camp, you beat the, you know, you get a successful invasion or a successful, you know, defense in case you're being invaded. But once you take over the main camp, you know, you pretty much win. But once you take over the main camp, or usually before you take over the main camp, the enemy commander will show up, and if you defeat him, then you win. Supply bases have lots and lots of lieutenants and a lot of soldiers, so supply bases are very difficult to take. However, it increases your morale a lot of your army, so usually your army, I think, like, typically everybody does better when you have a supply base. Guard bases are kind of just bases that are there. They have, like, very small soldiers with lieutenants. Like, no one too difficult to face. And then there's armories that have... armories have, like, these little tiger vehicles. I mean, of course, we'll see them. And they shoot out fire. And they can be a little difficult to overcome. But other than that, they're not that hard. And then watch posts have lots of archers. And they can fire archers out, actually, to enemy bases. Which is pretty cool. So that's all the bases for you. Now, actually, whoops, totally forgot. Your objective is to get to the main camp, but still connect your main camp with other bases to get to the main camp. So as you can see, I'm right here right now. So when I take over this base, my smartest move right now is to go north and then go left to the main camp. So in fact, actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now, if you actually... Something... I'm sorry I keep on, you know, like, pausing and whatnot, but I just got to. Condition shows you, you know, if... I've already explained that. Personnel, your weapon and skills. Targets, there's a target that usually your commander wants you to do, so this is prevent Made from being defeated. That's easy, because he was... I defeated a general who was fighting him, so he should be alright. Sometimes generals just stay in a base for the whole battle. By the way, it says the time left, you know, 22 minutes. Typically, battles are 20, 25 minutes, 22 minutes. Well, not 22 minutes, but typically 25, 20, I think possibly. And then if you lead a defense, usually they're 15, which is pretty awesome. Battleground, of course, you can see who's on what. I've already explained that. And if you defect, you can go to the other side. Sometimes that's what you want to do if you don't like the way your commander is controlling, you know, his army. So, in battle log, as I showed before, it's kind of just showing you, you know, who said what and when. So when taking over bases, you're going to want to defeat all the people who have lieutenant above their name, because then, as you can see, the number goes down. Right now it says 42. Now it says 41. When I defeat this lieutenant, it says 9. So when you defeat a lieutenant, it gets rid of 20, like, you know, 20... I don't know what you want to even call it, but when you defeat enough of the lieutenants, you actually take over the base. So you don't have to constantly keep slashing and hacking at everybody you see, which is kind of nice. Alright, so now that we did that, exactly... Alright, Zhonglu is beginning a full assault, so now all of his generals on the field, which he only has one, is attacking. Now, you can swim in this game. That is something that was introduced in Dynasty Warriors 6, which is awesome. So, of course, they kept it in Empires. And then, of course, you can climb rock walls, which is awesome. So, doing that is really helpful. Now, once you defeat a general, it doesn't mean you kill them. They can come back. So, you know, which is actually a good way to get XP again. Although they don't drop more XP pots, but, however, they do drop, like, treasures and health and whatnot. So unfortunately we got a supply base here, but this shouldn't be too bad. Just gonna keep hacking and slashing. Boom. I don't mind supply bases too much. You guys are gonna see why towards the end of, not the end of the game, but later in the game, it's gonna be a lot easier to take out supply bases. I really just have to say this game is just very hard when you start in a scenario. It's just it gets so much easier later on. By the way, I should explain, going back to the topic of, like, you know, the number in the top screen that says, like, 262 and now 261. If a general comes in the base, that goes up. So that can go up to, like, 1,000 if you have enough generals and whatnot. Anyway, this little yellow symbol, now I have Muso for 10 seconds. So if you just hold the B button, or if you're playing this on, like, the PS3, that would be the circle. Then you can just hold this down and keep on hacking and slashing. Then you're good to go. There's something I have to say I really like about this game. There's no blood when you attack somebody. It's just they get, I don't know, stunned almost or whatever. I don't know what you'd call that, but they just get, like, knocked back, which is really nice, honestly. There's no blood, which is really cool. By the way, if you ever get stunned like that, like I just was, just rapidly click, I rapidly click LB and X, and that works for me, so whatever you want to click, that'll work for you, but, well, that's what I would recommend doing. And anyway, nice. That general was defeated without my help. That's one thing. I wouldn't rely on your generals too much. I would honestly go... I would always attempt, you know, to go out of the way to save, like, a general. Of course, if your commander is about to die, definitely, like, all priorities should be, you know, upheld, and you have to go save your commander. Unless you're at their enemy commander, then, and you think you can, you know, survive, or he can survive, and you can take him out quick enough, then that's a different story. But anyway, so that's what's so great about this game, is that instead of having to ride your horse all the way up this mountain, which will literally take 2 minutes, I can take 5 seconds to climb the mountain just by clicking X and keep on jumping. How awesome is that? I honestly think that's something they just... there's no way they purposely added that in this game. I find that very hard to believe. I think that was an accident. And honestly, for the duration I've had this game, I didn't always know that existed. So it was awesome to, like, figure that out. So anyway, as you can see, there's 400, and now it's 300, so defeating generals and bases is very important. In fact, that other general, actually, Wang Ping, who I defeated very early on, he's already gone. He's in a base that we took over. So there we go. So what do you guys think of this game so far? Do you like it? You know, your thoughts on it? I mean, chances are, because I really don't have many subscribers, so, you know, honestly, I don't have any as of right now, actually, of me recording this. So, I don't know why I personally feel like it's just so hard to get a fan base, but once you have the fan base, it's just easier to kind of continue along with. That's just personally how I feel. I could be wrong, but that's just how I feel about it. But, you know, off that topic, what do you guys think of this game? Do you like it? Is it not what you expected? I mean, I know I was mentioning cards, and sometimes when you mention cards, people get scared because they're like, oh, I don't want this to be a stupid card game. And that's honestly how I would feel, too, if I heard something about cards. I don't like card video games. I'd rather just actually play it. Like, so, you know, I don't know. I mean, I understand why they make card game, you know, video games, but I don't know. I don't personally like those. But no, you use cards to help you in actually fighting people, which is awesome. So, and you know what? Honestly, something I really like about this game is the blood factor, that there's no blood, which is awesome. I mean, you know, by the way, I guess to let you guys know, I've been playing this game since I was 6 years old. Not this particular game, but this series of games. I actually started with Dynasty Warriors 4 when my older cousin introduced me to the series. And ever since, and even now, I still continue to play it. By the way, I'd like to show you guys something very, very useful. If you come over here, sometimes you can get the enemy commander outside of the main camp. And then if you come in quickly, as you can see, the numbers are really low. If you can quickly knock out enough lieutenants, or just totally, you know, hit the enemy commander outside of the base, then you can take over the base without even having to defeat the commander. And then you won't actually win. See that? See, now that's definitely a bug they should have fixed, because now I own the camp, and now a bunch of my soldiers are going to come. And now it's just going to be Zhang Lu, and, of course, whatever generals and soldiers they have. It's really helpful. I hate to say it, it really is cheap, but, I mean, in case you're, like, in a kind of situation like me right now, where, like, I can pretty much die very easily, you know, that I would recommend doing that. And then, when you own a base, the pluses to owning a base is that you get health back. So, and especially the enemy main camp, that's great, so. Alright, so I'd like to defeat these guys, because actually once you beat the same general over and over again, they start to actually give you health, which I could, of course, you know, use. Actually, I got defense up, which is great. Why? Okay, see, now that guy gave me a meat bun. And it's actually really awesome when you have a lot of your generals, like, fighting the main commander, because they don't give this guy a chance to, like, even stand sometimes. Sometimes they literally just keep on fighting, and it's really cool. By the way, if you ever want to, if an enemy is blocking and you don't know how to get them to unblock, keep clicking Y, and that was my KO. No, that was mine. Whatever. Whatever. That was totally my KO, but whatever. So yeah, there we go. That was a successful invasion.
Excellent.
So we took over Honjong, and we even got training.
Hello.
Now, if you want to obviously read the training before you actually get them, but these are like different abilities that you have, and these are actives that act throughout the entire course of, every battle. So this increases attack, defense, and maximum life. Once you get that of course branches out to these three sections. These mainly help your Muso. This shortens the recharge time of special skills. This Muso Gilge, whatever. Muso bar fills faster. This gives you more Muso. This gives you more attack and defense and health. This temporarily increases attack and defense at start. And these things give you, these are, I don't know what you would call these exactly, but these kind of just help your athletic ability. So this increases running speed. I would highly recommend getting that, because that's actually very noticeably good. Then there's increased swimming speed. I don't really need that. Temporarily increase speed after running for a set period of time. This is really helpful. In fact, you can not glitch, but kind of get it to a point where you're just running temporarily fast, but it's like permanent almost. It's kind of hard. I'll show you guys how. It's not that hard. And then this, temporarily attain true speed after running for a set period of time. I'm going to be going over that later. That was an ability that we could get, but we chose not to. We got focus. So, for the time being, I don't have any other different, stores.
You're welcome anytime.
So I would like to,
Hello. What brings you?
I'd like to just get these, and that'll be it.
Anytime.
I really should save up for a horse, but I have so much time, and money becomes plentiful later on, so I really don't have to worry about it. Now, I personally think that this is a good time to go into, actually the mission's not here for some reason at the moment, but, maybe I should I'll do enemy riders. Enemy riders, you guys I think will somewhat appreciate. It's not that hard. Alright, I guess I want to show you guys another song that I like listening to, because I understand a lot of the same songs, like, you know what song is I feel like I hear the most? It's called Assault. And this song comes on all the time, and it's very disappointing. Because it's good, but it could, I don't know, there's better songs. Commander is a good one. Let's see. Jai Ting. This is such a good song. In fact, I'll show it to you guys right now.
We can't rely on brute force this time. Leave the strategy to me.
I have come for your head.
Alright, so I just wanted to be quiet for that for a little bit, but this song is it just gets me pumped. Like, I never thought I'd find a song that actually made me want to hack and slash at people. Honestly, this song is just so motivating. Like, honestly, when I work out at, like, my gym, this is what I listen to. Because I just like it that much. I mean, maybe that makes me a nerd for listening to gaming music, but I don't know why I say it like that. I was like, gaming music? Is that what it's called? Gaming? Is that what I've been doing my whole life? Nah. But no, what's it called? I love this song. It's just so motivating. Now, as you're going to see, there are a lot of horsemen. Enough to the point where I'm calling my horse, and he's finding it hard to get out of here. For this mission, I would recommend just staying on your horse so you don't get knocked off. Because, honestly, there just comes to a point where there's just so many horses and so many enemies to the point where you're just clustered. And if you try doing a special move, you're not even hitting anybody, because the horse, when they die, it kind of takes a while for the animation to load and whatever. Or, you know, to finish, so you're not even hurting anyone. Believe me when I say I would recommend just staying on your horse throughout the entire course of this, you know, this, like, mercenary mission. And then, of course, just defeat lieutenants every here and there, because you want them to respawn, because eventually, you know, their soldiers don't keep on respawning until you defeat them, of course. But I love this music, like, it's just so epic. Oh my god. That's something I love, like, it's, like, honestly, to me, a game, I'm not too sure if it can make or break a game, but it is, music is such an important factor of a game. And that's something I love about Dynasty Warriors, is their soundtracks are unbelievably awesome. Like, it just makes you want to play this game even more. So, alright, so we're doing pretty good. We're definitely more than halfway there already. The last guy is pretty tough, honestly. I always find him a little difficult to face. But, you guys are watching me play, and we don't have a problem if you're yeah, because if you're watching me play, you're automatically going to be good at this game. No, not really. I mean, if you watch how I play and you play similarly, then you probably will be good. I mean, I've been playing this series of game for a while, so I consider myself very good at this game. So, alright, so we're doing pretty good. 350, almost. Unfortunately, I can't save her. I don't, by the way, that's something you're gonna notice as, you know, I play this game. I don't always do those, like, little side, you know, like, missions, like to save all the people, or save villagers. Because, to me, well, sometimes that takes up too much time, and then you can't even do your real mission, and that, you know, then everything that you got, I really don't even think mattered. So, to the point, it's like, I would just do your main mission. I'll tell you guys, you know, when I'm doing specific mercenary missions, I'll show you when is the appropriate time to do what. So, believe me, you guys are in very good hands. I really, honestly, I didn't even have to do too much research for this game, because I pretty much know everything about it already. There's really nothing I don't know about this game. I mean, there might be some glitches and stuff I don't know about, but for the most part, I know, like, everything about this game. I mean, honestly, I figured out myself the climbing the mountains thing. I figured myself the, you know, the knocking out the enemy commander, and then you walk right back in, and then you take over the freaking thing. That I all figured out myself, so if I figured that out, there's probably not too much more I need. Anyway, come over here. We got the enemy commander, who is a created character, but not like a, you know, not like a real character. Like, I could make this guy if I really wanted to. And ow, that did a lot of damage. And of course, with all the horses flying, yeah, because horses can fly. All the horses running around, that's annoying too. I would think that that's why this mission is very hard. Especially because I didn't know lieutenants could use the flame ability twice in a row. But they can. But, yeah, so I personally find this mission to be on the more, like, difficult side. Not difficult, but it's definitely not easy, I would say. I'd like to actually get this health. And yeah, this guy can probably kill me in a few hits, maybe like 3 or so. Remember, I'm on hard, and I don't, you know, if you're playing along, I don't know what difficulty you're on, but, you know, when I first played this game, normal was hard for me, and then as I started to play more and more, you know, easy was like no voice, and then normal was like easy, so it, you know, it changes. And, I mean, honestly, I could beat this game on Master, and probably even Chaos if I really wanted to, but I actually have yet to do that. Oh god! Oh god! Okay. Alright, let's beat him with... Okay, I was gonna say beat him with style, but that's not gonna happen. These horse are so relentless. These horse are so relentless. Like, to the point where it's, like, ridiculous. Ugh. How do you guys get so many horse? How's this army of bandits have so many freaking horse? There we go. Defeat.
Settle the score next time.
Enemy officer defeated.
Ugh. Nice. Alright, so there we go. Now, doing this mission actually gives you something, which is very, very nice. Gimme, gimme, gimme! Through battle against cavalry units, you have learned the advantage of superior mobility, In battles against enemy territories, the power of fire attacks will be increased, which is helpful. Which will,
I am promoting.
Ooh, I'm promoted. Awesome. You have risen to Spear General. You can now offer suggestions during War Council.
I have big plans for you.
Thank you, Matang. I have to say, so far, Matang's been very nice to me. Promoting me very nicely.
What brings
I mean, the
you?
pay is pretty good, actually. When I go to pay, doesn't actually tell me, but believe me when I say I'm being paid very nicely. So, if you're a ruler, it actually tells you how much you pay for each general, and actually, different generals have different wages and stuff. So, I think that's enough for this video, because I keep telling you guys I want to make my videos shorter, and yet they keep going on longer. But thank you guys so much for watching, and in the next episode, we are going to be doing some, just some more mercenary work, and hopefully, hopefully doing a defensive battle for once. Alright, thank you. Bye. I don't know why did I say thank you and bye? Like, what am I, on the phone? Alright, see you guys next episode.